The next gadget we have for you is from Sony, and that is Sony Xperia C3. Well, this particular smartphone seems to have manufactured with the specifications of selfies in mind. So let's get to know what attractive features it has got to offer the camera facilities of this particular smartphone. Towards the right of this particular smartphone, we get to have quite enough buttons out here, and that gives a kind of metallic finish. And here we can insert a dual, there is a port for inserting the dual SIM, and there is a power button. And here this is a camera shuttle button that helps in capturing images. Instead, like most of the smartphones, we get to capture images by clicking over here. We get the provision of having a touch kind of an sensor over here to click the images, whereas here we have got a button over here to get to click the images easily. Towards the rear of this particular device, you can find that there is a rear camera which has got a dual LED flashes provided, and the kind of a back side we can find that even though it has got a metallic finish towards the edges, and there is a glass coating towards the front, it's kind of rubberized towards the back, and the front there is a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and towards the right there is a micro SD card slot for giving an expandable storage space for your device, and towards the top there is a 3.5 mm audio jack provision for listening to audios without having a loudspeaker mode on. So that is with the provisions of these buttons that's provided for this particular smartphone. About the operating system of the Sony Xperia C3, well, this particular smartphone runs on an Android 4.4.2 KitKat operating system, and the chipset being used is a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset that houses a 2 GHz of quad-core processor paired with 1 GB of RAM. About the storage features that the Sony Xperia C3 has got to provide, well, this particular smartphone provides an internal storage of 8 GB which can be expanded up to 32 GB by the provision of using a micro SD card slot. The provision is provided over here, and at the same time it provides a really good battery capacity of about 2000 mAh, so that gives a really good standby time at this, and also a really long tongue type is also provided with this particular smartphone. And with the display, as you have already mentioned with the display, so it's a kind of a big display. It's a 5.5 inch display, so it's not kind of a pocket friendly design that we get to see across the rest of the smartphones that's available in the industry, but the IPS panel that's being used by this particular smartphones help in rendering a really good crystal clear images, and we don't get to come across the issue of the viewing angles, that the text and the images are able to be displayed quite easily with this particular handset. Moving on to the final verdict of the Xperia C3, well, this particular smartphone is designed with an eye on the selfie enthusiast in mind. So if you are really looking in for a good quality camera features in the smartphone from Sony, here's Sony Xperia C3 for you guys, and that's available with the price range of 18,600. With this, we come to the end of this episode. Hope that you guys enjoyed this particular program and that it was pretty much informative enough. Until we meet again, it's me, Devi Narayan, signing off. Bye and see you.